Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to another video. I'm super excited about this one today because it's something that's been on my mind a lot lately. And if you guys watched my other recent video, which I'll make appear in the cards, about, I don't know if it's gonna be on this side or that side, about why I took a break on YouTube and the type of content that I want to share, then most of you know that right now at Ummahpreneur, we are working to essentially get to that 100K a month milestone to eventually be able to, inshallah, generate 6 figures a year so we can ultimately be able to have the revenue to launch more products, have a bigger impact, and really serve the Muslim Ummah and Muslim entrepreneurs at a higher level. And as most of you know, right now, there are certain challenges and optimizations that I have to go through in the business for us to be able to get to that 100K month level and beyond. And even for myself as an entrepreneur, so there are certain things that I need to change, certain things that I need to optimize to be able to get to that level. And it really got me thinking that at every single stage in my journey, as I'm working towards that $1 million a year in revenue in our business, there were different criterias and different requirements that I essentially needed to meet. So when I was at 0K a month and when I was just getting started in my journey, there were certain things I needed to focus on that, when I was at 10K a month, it was completely different. And what I needed to focus on were different areas of myself and my business and so on and so forth. And so today in this video, I'm going to take you into that world and kind of share with you, no matter at what stage you're at in your journey, how you can go through every single phase in your business to ultimately make your first $1 million year and really get to $1 million in revenue in your business every year, inshallah ta'ala, and what every single phase is going to require of you. So whether you're just getting started in your journey as an entrepreneur, or whether you are in kind of like the middle and you're at 6 figures right now, or maybe trying to get to 6 figures, or you're trying to get to 7, then you can go ahead and really pay close attention to this, because I'm going to share with you what I had to go through at every single stage and what I needed to focus on to get to the next level. And with that, let's get started. All right, so looking at the graph here, we're going to go through every single phase of the journey in business together. And the first place that I want to start is for people who are really considering starting this journey or just about to start. So if you're kind of considering entrepreneurship, or you're just about to embark on this journey of entrepreneurship, then you're at 0K a month, right? You're not making any money right now. You're kind of thinking and considering to embark on this specific life path. And what are the things you need to focus on if you're at this stage of the journey? Well, the first thing that you need to do, a lot of people make the mistake here of focusing on the business model and following what all the other gurus are promoting right now. If Amazon is the thing that's in right now, they're just going to go and start an Amazon business. If it's Shopify, they're going to start a Shopify business. And there's so many options, right? And of course, there's also a business model that I personally recommend that we work with our students to implement, that I believe and I know is the best business model to generate maximum profit in minimal time. And if you want to learn more about that business model specifically, there's going to be a training in the description below this video to check that out. But this video, I want to really keep it to, tried and true business principles, so that no matter what business you're in, you're able to apply the teachings that I share with you here today. And the first thing that you need to know is, if you're about to embark on this journey of entrepreneurship, then the first thing you need to do is take the time to get to know yourself inside out. Now, why do I say this? Why do I say that you need to do this before you even think about what business model you need to follow and what you need to do? Is because a lot of people make the mistake of starting a business, just based on what other people are telling them, and not a business that really resonates with who they are, what they're good at, what they're passionate about, and what their experience or where their experience lies. And if you are doing something completely separate of yourself that you have no connection to, you don't like it, you're not interested in it, you're not passionate about it, well, what happens is you're ultimately going to give up. Okay, you're not going to put in the work. You're not going to wake up in the morning excited about working on your business. And ultimately, you're going to get beaten by other people who love what they do. And that's why it's important for you to know, first and foremost, before you even decide, well, what is the business model or what is the business that I'm going to do? The first thing you need to know is who you are. And a lot of people don't take the time to do this. And what I recommend is go and do all the personality tests available. One that I highly recommend is the Myers-Briggs. There's a website, 16personalities.com, and you can go and do this for free. Okay, so go on 16personalities.com and you can take this test. It only takes 10 minutes. It's a free test. I will link it below this video. And this kind of helps you get to know more about yourself. There's also the DISC personality test, which I recommend doing, and it will help you know yourself a little bit. There's 123test.com. You can do it there. It's free as well. And it's just, kind of filling up these questions. It's not too long and it will give you your results. And ultimately, you also want to ask yourself a few questions, okay? You want to know in terms of your interests, right? So what books do you like to read? What videos do you like to watch? What topics do you like to learn more about? What are you passionate about? What conversations or topics of conversations excite you? And then your skills. So what is it that you're good at? What is it that you've learned over the years? What experience do you have and in what fields? And obviously, the final thing that you want to know is really, I would say, kind of your personality. Right? So you as a person, are you more analytical? Are you more of a creative? Are you more of someone that really likes to deal with numbers and logic versus someone that likes to deal with the abstract and with design and with things that are a little bit more artistic? And that's going to allow you to know, well, what kind of business should I get into? Right? Because if you don't get into a business that aligns with your strengths and your talents, it's just going to be that much harder to succeed. So as you're considering embarking on this journey of entrepreneurship, number one, you need to get to know yourself inside out. And the number two thing you need to know, okay, is you need to know with crystal clear clarity, okay? With crystal clear clarity. This is a tongue twister. She bought seashells on the seashore. With crystal clear clarity, your why, okay? You need to know your why. And when I say you need to know your why, a lot of people think, well, Abby, what are you talking about when you say I need to know my why? I'm someone who's just starting off and my why is obviously I want to make money, and that's fine. That's okay. And honestly, a lot of people, they kind of force themselves to have this aspirational why that, I want to help people. And the truth is they're not connected to it because that's what society tells them they need to want. They need to want to help people and have an impact. But for a lot of people, when they're starting in entrepreneurship, it's because they want a better way to make money. Right? And if that's your why, and if you need to get to that point before you can kind of move on to the impact side of things, right? Because there's this Maslow's hierarchy of needs, okay? And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this, but I'll look it up real quick. There you go. And when we look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, okay, so here are essentially our needs as human beings, and you will see that our physiological needs come first. Okay, impact is all the way up here. It's self-actualization. It's the desire to become the most that one can be. But in the beginning, you're not going to be focusing on impact. Let me get an image without all the ads around it. There you go. In the beginning, you're not going to be focusing on impact. Okay, you're going to be focusing on your physiological needs and your safety needs. You need to build a business that's going to make you money, right? I understand that. That's fine. I'm not going to sit here and tell you need to focus on, well, your why has to be about making this grand impact in the world. Because if you're in a position where I need a business, Abby, so I can generate more money and I can have some freedom for myself and I can have some breathing room and more time to myself, well, you're trying to satisfy your physiological needs, and so let that be your why. But have crystal clear clarity on it and really know, well, I need another income source to quit my job. If that's your why, then let it be your why. It doesn't have to be this grand thing of, I need to help, 1 million people in the world solve this problem or, overcome this thing and all this woo-woo. What everyone else and what Western society tells you needs to be your why. If you're at a state where your physiological needs aren't met and that's what you need to meet, then go ahead and do that. Because once you hit those milestones and you get to that 10K a month, then at that point, I'm speaking from experience, money will not drive you any longer. Right? And at that point, you're moving up this ladder of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And then you can focus more on esteem and self-actualization, which is status, desire to become the most one can be, strength, freedom, having that impact. That's in the self-actualization at the top of the pyramid. Okay? So whatever it is, you want to know with clarity your why. Why are you doing this? Have a clear and concise goal. Don't just be like, I want a side hustle. I want to make a little extra 1,000 a month. That won't wake you up in the morning. That's not going to be strong enough to keep you going. I want to quit my job and I want to have a business to myself where I can have the freedom to travel or live anywhere I want to. Awesome. That's a good why. Now we can start there, and then we can eventually, once you hit that first milestone, you've quit your job, At that point, then you need to figure out a new why, because that's not going to drive you anymore. And then you need to figure out, well, okay, I need a bigger why. And that's usually when the impact comes in. And that's usually when you start to think about, a bigger vision, making a dent in the universe. However, if you're starting off, it's probably not going to be the case. You're not thinking about impact right now. You're thinking about survival. So that's 0K a month. Now, when we're talking about 1K a month, so to get to your first, from 0K to get to your first 1K a month, what do you need to do? Okay, you've gotten to know yourself inside out. You know the clarity. The first thing that you need to do, okay, is you need to, number one, get rock solid on your fundamentals. Okay, what does that mean, get rock solid on your fundamentals? So get rock solid on your fundamentals essentially means that whatever business you're in, okay, you need to understand that business inside out. Okay, so you need to understand your business model inside out. So let's say you decided that I'm going to keep this general. No matter what business you're in, I'm going to try to give you value here. So if you decided to go the coaching and consulting route, you need to understand inside out all the elements that constitute your business model as a coach and consultant, which are going to be what is your offer, right? What are you providing to your clients, right? What is the solution, right? What problem are you solving? And what are your clients' desires, right? What are the goals your clients want to achieve with your help, right? All these core elements that constitute your business model as a coach or consultant, and usually it's these three. If you're in e-commerce, you want to understand, well, number one, what is your niche, right? What kind of brand are you building? What brand are you building, and in what sector of the market? Because you can't be a generalist and sell everything and everything. Number two, what makes you different, right? Why would people buy from you versus everyone else, right? How are you going to market, right? How do you generate traffic and grow a following of diehard fans? So all of these questions need to be answered. You need to get rock solid on your fundamentals, okay? You don't need right now, if you're at the stage where you're trying to get to your first 1K a month, you're trying to essentially start making money in your business, anything in regards to, like mindset work, things about, routines, rituals, like you don't really need that. All you need to do is you need to spend your time doing the work here. Okay, so you need to, your number one priority is to do the work. Okay, if you're trying to make your first 1K a month, your number one priority is to take action. Okay, do the work and take action. And you need to get rock solid on your fundamentals, understand your business model inside out. So if you're in e-commerce, read books on your business model, read books on other e-commerce other e-commerce store owners or founders that have seen major success. Read books from Jeff Bezos, or read his letters to shareholders, or go and read and listen to podcast interviews with Tobias Lutke, who's the founder of Shopify. Or if you're a coach or consultant, go and take courses and programs from other successful coaches and consultants, right? Go and learn the business model inside out, understand what goes into it and what you need to do. Get mentorship. All right. You need to get mentorship. The only way to achieve something that you haven't achieved before is to get that information of how to do that from someone else. You can try to do it yourself, but you're going to spend months, years of trial and error and losing money, instead of taking a shortcut where you can go and get help from other people who've already done it and get, an instant blueprint of this is what you need to do and this is how you do it. So you need to get rock solid on your fundamentals. Okay. So what is the offer? Okay. What is it that you're offering to your clients? What are they purchasing from you? What kind of solution do you provide? What is the problem that you help solve? What are their goals? What are their desires? What are their fears, right? What are their insecurities? Really understand your business model inside out, what kind of problem it solves, why your clients should buy from you, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is what you need to do if you're trying to get to your first 1K a month. Okay, so focus on doing the work, take action, get rock solid on your fundamentals. And number 3, I'm going to say get mentorship. Okay, so get programs, courses, it can even be in the form of books, whatever it is. go and get information, soak up information, and learn, educate yourself, right? Educate yourself and really, I'm not going to say master, because you're not going to master anything at 1K a month, but at least embark on the path to mastery for your specific business model. Don't just be like, oh, cool, I want to start an e-commerce. Let me figure it out and launch a Shopify store. And I guess we'll just wait to see what happens. Go and embark on the path to mastery. Start taking courses on e-commerce. Start learning from other e-commerce founders. Go and listen to interviews and podcasts. And it's the same thing if you're a coach or a consultant, or if you're someone who wants to embark on the journey of, launching online programs and getting into online education. Whatever you want to do, you want to find other people who've already done it successfully and go and learn from them, and then do the work and get rock solid on the fundamentals. Okay. Usually most people at this stage, what they're lacking is the fundamentals. They're like, they have a vague idea of what they want to do. They go and launch a store or launch a coaching or consulting offer, an online program, and it's kind of like a cookie cutter offer that resembles everyone else, because they're not rock solid on the fundamentals. They haven't taken the time to really get clear on, the core elements of their business, which is, what is the problem? What is the solution? What do their clients want? How are they different? And why should people work with them versus their competition? Now, you're at 1K a month. This video is taking a little bit longer than I expected, but hopefully you guys are getting some value out of this. Now you want to get to 10K a month. You want to hit your first 6 figures. Okay. So what can you do to get to 6 figures? What do you need to focus on to get to 6 figures, to get to 10K a month? So I'm going to essentially share with you what you need to focus here, with the assumption that you've done this, okay? Because if you're trying to get to 10K a month and you're already at 1K a month, but you haven't done this yet, you need to do this, okay? You can't do that. You can't skip steps, okay? If you're at 2, 3K a month, 4K a month in your business, and you haven't done this, then you need to go and do this, because you're going to get stuck. Okay. So you need to get rock solid on your fundamentals, get mentorship, educate yourself, and do the work and take action. Number one, that is the biggest factor of success initially, is people just don't have what it takes to do the work. They are lazy, they procrastinate, and they just, they're not used to it, because they're used to a boss essentially sitting, behind their backs telling them, do this or you're fired. And so, when they become their own boss, things kind of get thrown out the window. Okay, so now let's talk about getting to 10K a month. So to get to 10K a month, what you need to focus on, once you have the fundamentals, you're really in a place where you are comfortable doing the work, you're getting mentorship and you're taking action. To hit 6 figures is you need to start improving your skills as an entrepreneur. Okay, what's standing between you being at 1K a month and you being at 10K a month is how skilled of an entrepreneur you are. Okay, it's not, if you're rock solid on your fundamentals, it's not about, Facebook ads versus YouTube ads. It's not about being on Snapchat versus TikTok. It's not about being on Facebook versus Instagram. Getting from 1K a month to 10K a month, again, assuming that you have a solid grasp on your fundamentals of your business, okay? Assuming that is the case, then from 1K a month to 10K a month, you just need to improve your skills as an entrepreneur. And what does that mean? What are the skills that are really going to make the biggest difference for you to jump from here to here? Number one is you need to learn marketing. Okay, if you're going to be a successful entrepreneur, if you're going to be a successful business owner, I know you hate it. I know marketing is icky and it's annoying, especially for coaches and consultants, because they love to coach and they love to help people, but they hate the marketing side of things. But you need to get good at marketing. Now, I'm not saying you need to learn all the marketing strategies out there, because there's a million. You just need to get good at one marketing strategy. Okay, you need to master one strategy. So if for you that's going to be YouTube ads, then you need to go and master how to advertise your business on YouTube or Google. If for you that's going to be Facebook ads, because that's where your audience is, then you need to go and you need to learn how to master Facebook advertising for your business. If your audience is on Instagram, you need to master how to advertise on Instagram for your business. If your audience is on TikTok, you need to master how to advertise on TikTok for your business. But you need to master one strategy. Okay, you need to go and work on mastering at least one strategy for your business that's going to really consistently generate clients. Okay, because if you want to get to 10K a month consistent and you want to hit 6 figures, you need to have a machine that generates clients on autopilot. Okay, you need to have a machine that generates clients on autopilot. So whatever that is for you and your audience and your business and your niche, you need to figure out where they hang out. Ask yourself, where does my audience hang out? Where do my clients hang out? And then you need to go and you need to really build and automate an entire system, okay, that is going to allow you to generate clients on autopilot for your business. Okay, it's going to allow you to really go and get those clients, predictably and consistently, so that you can maintain your revenue at 10K a month or higher. So that's marketing is one. What is the second thing you need to master? You need to master sales, and within sales, influence. Okay, there's a really great book that I recommend you guys read. It's called Influence by Robert Cialdini. Okay, highly recommend the book. It really is the masterclass and kind of like the manual. It's $25. You can get it for $17 on Kindle. So it is really the masterclass on influence and persuasion. Okay, so I highly recommend this book. You check it out, Influence. It's a really good book. You can get on Audible and listen to it. And this is really the master book on influence. Another book that I recommend for sales is Spin Selling. For coaches, consultants, if you sell an online program, you sell online education, this is the best book, okay, on how to really sell, high ticket offers. So if you have an offer that is $1,000 or more, check out Spin Selling by Rackham. Check that out. It's a really great book. It really teaches you how to sell high ticket offers. It's an amazing book there. And then you need to you need to learn and master copywriting. Okay. So these are, and as you can see, there's a pattern here. What is the pattern in improving your skills as an entrepreneur from 1K a month to 10K a month? Is you need to be a rainmaker. Okay. You need to really, I know you love coaching. I know you love to sell, products on your store or whatever it is. Whatever you're doing is fine, but if you're going to get to consistent 6 figures in your business, you need to know how to be the rainmaker of your business, okay? And what does a rainmaker mean? It means you're making it rain, baby. You're bringing the cash, okay? And all of these 3 skills that you need to master are connected to bringing in cash, generating clients, generating sales, marketing, mastering one strategy, sales. Again, how do you sell your services, your offers, your programs, your products, and then copywriting, which is how do you create, what is copywriting? So copywriting is essentially the act of really writing text, creating text that is geared towards influencing people to buy a product, right? That is what copywriting is. There probably is a better definition if I look it up right now. Let's see if I can look it up. Copywriting is the act or occupation of writing text for the purpose of advertising or other forms of marketing, right? So copywriting is, for example, you need to get really good at how do I write, my product descriptions in a way that gets people really wanting them to buy? How do I write, sales letters, emails, sales pages, in a way that gets my customers wanting to buy, right? This is what copywriting is writing, copywriting is, for example, taking a sentence like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to make money online, and then turning that into a sentence that says, how this one secret is generating 7 new millionaires every single day in 22 without, and then you say XYZ without, and then you can say warning, time sensitive information. And this might, this is essentially, you might see oh, okay, copywriting is clickbait. It's not clickbait. It's really how do you make something enticing. So instead of saying how to make money online, how this one secret is generating 7 new millionaires every single day in 2022, morning time sensitive information, right? Your people are much more likely to click on this, right, than they are to click on this. Right? This is why you see usually all these ads on websites, oh, doctors don't want you to know. That's copywriting, okay? And you don't have to use it in a clickbaity way, but you at least need to know, well, how can you influence people through text? And so these are the 3 skills that I really recommend, highly recommend, and not only recommend, but I actually will tell you that they are the essential skills that you will need to learn and master to be at consistent 6 figures in your business, to be at consistent 10K months. It's not to be a better coach, not to be a better consultant, not to be a better, and how to create better products. Once you have rock solid understanding of the fundamentals, it's about rainmaking, baby. It's about bringing in the cash. Okay. Now, getting to from 10K a month to 100K a month. This is where I'm at in my journey right now with Ummahpreneur. And this is kind of like what we're working towards. And here's what I found. Okay. I can only share with you what I found so far. So what are the learnings that I found through this journey and through us working towards it and what we need to do? And this is what I found is required from our business and from us as entrepreneurs. And when I say us, it's me and my team to grow to that level. Well, it's exactly that. Number one is you need to transition. You need to transition from a solopreneur to a CEO. Okay. Once you want to go from 10K a month to 100K a month, you need to make that transition from a solopreneur to a CEO. And what that means is you need to hire a team. You need to start creating company culture. You need to start really getting clear on what are your company mission and values, right? Creating a company culture, as we said, building a team, right? Really getting them motivated and inspired and, with you on this mission to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve in the world, whatever impact you want to make. So you need to transition from a solopreneur to a CEO, and you need to improve your skills as an operator. So we talked about here improving your skills as an entrepreneur, and I would say even more specifically as a rainmaker, right? So really, how do you generate an income in your business? How do you like the marketing, the sales, the copywriting, which are the three most important, pieces of the puzzle at this stage. And then you need to improve your skills as an operator here. So what does that mean? It means you need to learn more about management. You need to learn more about hiring. You need to learn more about delegating, right? And you need to learn more about setting KPIs and goals and getting everyone else on board with your vision and mission. And you need to really just understand how to extract high performance, or how to essentially, I guess, we can use extract. So how to extract high performance out of people, how to get them to perform in their roles and really excel in their roles. Okay. And then what you need to do as well, it's a lot. I'm telling you guys, you want to get from 10K a month to 100K a month, it's not going to be a breeze. There's a lot that needs to be done. Okay, it's a big leap, but I promise you it is so worth it. And this is why there are so many people that make 6 figures online and so few that make 7, because they don't understand that, you can't make 7 as a solopreneur. You can't make 100K a month doing what you were doing at 10K a month. Okay, so it's kind of like there's that quote by I forget who, I think it was Einstein or something, but it is essentially that doing what you repeatedly do and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. I think I messed that quote up. A definition of insanity, Einstein. It's a good quote, so I want to find it. Okay, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, right? So if you're doing the same thing at 10K a month that you want to do to get to 100K and you're expecting different results, you're expecting to make 100K, well, obviously that's the definition of insanity, because what got you to 10K won't get you to 100K. The way to get to 100K is you need to improve your skills as an operator. You need to transition from a solopreneur to a CEO. And then you need to optimize your being. Okay? Now, this is a big one. You need to optimize your being, right? Your being. You need to optimize yourself as the entrepreneur, as the leader, right? As the leader of this enterprise, as the captain of the ship. You need to optimize your being. And for us as Muslims, what does that mean? It means that the only way to get to 100K a month is you will need to optimize your spirituality. Okay, you need to really strengthen your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and your tawakkul at this stage, and really get to a place where you have that rock solid foundation, right, within you of spirituality that drives you every single day through the challenges and through the hardships that will inevitably be bigger than anything you ever experienced before. The challenges, the problems you face will be bigger because the goals are bigger and the vision is bigger. You need to optimize your health. Now, what do we mean by when we talk about health is you need to optimize your sleep, your diet, your exercise, your mindset. You need to optimize all of those things. Okay, to make sure that you're in good health, in good shape. If you are not performing every single day in your business, you're not going to get to 100K a month. And you need to optimize your I would say like your mind, which what I mean really is, again, your skills. Here you need to level up your skills, right? And that brings me back to kind of like this one here, which is the skills you need to focus on at this stage are going to be management, hiring, delegating, setting KPIs, and how to extract high performance from your team. Okay? These are the skills that you need to focus on at this stage in your business. So you need to optimize your being, you need to transition from a solopreneur to CEO. And of course, at the same time, we are never removing anything from a previous stage. We are only adding. Okay? So what that means is here, like when we transition from step one of getting to know yourself with clarity and know with clarity your why, then here we are only adding. At this stage, we have this covered and we're doing the work. We're getting rock solid on the fundamentals and we're getting mentorship. And then at this stage, we're still doing the work, getting rock solid on the fundamentals, because with the more that you work with your clients, the more that you learn about your clients, the more clarity you will have on your fundamentals. Oh, so this is what my clients want. This is what their fears are. This is what their desires are. This is what they want to achieve. And this is how I need to tailor my offer to that. And then you are still getting mentorship at 10K a month. You don't all of a sudden stop getting mentorship and getting into programs and courses and reading books. You continue to do that, but now you're focusing on improving your skills as a rainmaker, mastering marketing, sales, and copywriting. And then to get to 10K, 100K a month, you're still doing all of the previous things. You're still getting to know yourself, always taking note, okay, of, oh, when I do this, this happens. Oh, when I set myself a goal of waking up at 7 a.m., I usually never do it. Why? Oh, it's probably because I'm always staying up late. So maybe I should set an alarm to go to bed at a certain time so I can be better in waking up at a certain time. And so even at this stage, you're still, especially when you're optimizing your being, you're still getting to know yourself and what are your natural tendencies and your natural biases. And you're still improving your skills as a rainmaker, and you're still getting mentorship, and you're still doing the work, and you're still getting rock solid on your fundamentals. And then you're also at this stage transitioning from solopreneur to CEO, improving your skills as an operator, optimizing your being. And this is why so few people get to this stage, my dear friends. It is because you are never removing, you are adding, okay? And the further you go down the line, no one's going to tell you this, but the further you go down the line, the harder it gets, okay? The harder it gets. And so I can't tell you how to get to $1 million a month. Once I'm at this stage, then I'm going to tell you what I've been kind of figuring out is required to get to that stage. But this is what I'm seeing right now is required of me and my business for us to be able to scale to this level. Okay. We're getting close. There's some months where we're getting closer than others, but ultimately what I'm finding most of my time spent on is doing these things, really focusing on the company culture, building a team, focusing on myself being a better manager, hiring better people, delegating, getting better at setting KPIs and goals, and then optimizing my being, my spirituality, my health, my mind, my skills, my sleep, my diet, my exercise, my mindset, and all of these things. And with that, I hope that you have benefited from this video and that it has given you some insight into what it takes to get to your first $1 million in your business. And hopefully you now have a clear understanding of what you need to do at every stage. And please, one thing that I will stress actually is that you probably should not be focusing on, something here when you're still here. If you're still here, you should not be focusing on, management and optimization, all that. You should be focusing on mentorship, education, fundamentals, and work. If you're still here, you should not be focusing on this. You should be focusing on this. Okay. So you should also not be skipping steps. Okay. So keep that in mind, guys. Hopefully this was beneficial, inshallah. I really appreciate you watching. I know this was a pretty long video. I don't know how long, probably over 30 minutes at this point, but I pray that it was valuable. If you did enjoy it, let me know in the comments below. And if you are just starting your journey as an entrepreneur and you are thinking about what business model you should follow and how you can get to know yourself inside out and do something that aligns with your values and your interests and your passions, I will drop a link to a masterclass that we recently launched for Muslim professionals. This is specifically for Muslims who have a professional background or Muslim coaches or consultants or entrepreneurs. And I want to share with you the secret behind how I launched Ummahpreneur and grew a 6 6-figure business, now heading to 7, and how you can do the same using the same strategies that I followed. Inshallah, the training is going to be below this video. And of course, always, I will encourage you to subscribe and like if you did benefit. Spread the love and spread the word. And I will see you in the next one. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.